wasn't a homecoming, I would be absolutely devastated. It would just be so sad for the community and the whole school, and just not a good situation.
Bro, someone's not having homecoming. Yeah, we're having a homecoming, right? Are we having a homecoming? Did you know that we're having a No? I'm so confused.
If there was no homecoming, I would call the superintendent and inform him that I will be moving to Albia schools.
Oh.
So...
My favorite homecoming memory, my senior year, we beat Centerville so badly that we didn't even play in the second half. It was like 60-0 at halftime. That was a lot of fun. People were dancing in the stands, and we had a good time.
Hey guys, it's Woosley Anderson, class of 2011, coming from Dallas, Texas, and some of my favorite memories as it relates to homecoming, and of course has to be Homecoming King of 2011. And then second of all is the atmosphere, the floats and everything like that. Yeah, I've had some great memories as it relates to being at the class of 2011.
Homecoming is such a fun week with all the activities and the events going on, but the Friday assembly is probably my favorite homecoming memory. Seeing the Charger Dome packed and seeing alumni in the gym, and just the energy and the excitement and the pride that the community shows the entire week just gives me goosebumps thinking about that time.
My favorite thing about homecoming is all the school spirit and the football games, and just seeing everybody come together for the school and the community.
Hello everybody, this is Perry Lane. I'm the class of 1990, and it was 31 years ago I think I had my last homecoming. In 89 we played the Centerville Big Red. All week long we were told how good they were. We were a little bit afraid of how good they could possibly be, and that night we just dismantled the Big Red 48-6, I believe. But the biggest memory of that, I think, was just getting to the field. Back in 89, we would dress at the high school, jump on a bus, and then make our way over, I believe, to Gene Gwynn's garage. And so that night was a little bit different. Joe Millage, I believe, set up a police escort for us to arrive to the field. And then, of course, when we got there, there were a ton of people there, 2,000 to 3,000 people, I believe, to watch our game. At that time, we were undefeated. But that was probably my biggest memory, is just how many people actually came out to watch the Charger football games.
We started Mr. Spirit at Homecoming 1970. It later evolved into a King years later. When we did it, we put on individual skits. My skit was Rubber Ducky, and I got in a little bathtub and lip-synced the hit song Rubber Ducky. We played winter set for Homecoming, and we were behind at halftime 25-24. We scored 2 touchdowns in the second half and shut them out and won the game 38-25. We went undefeated and finished 9-0. My favorite moment was beating Iowa City West the last game of the 1970 season, 12-7, and we ended up 9-0 and ranked 3rd in 3A football.
All right, my favorite memory, homecoming memory as a CHS alum, was 1996 homecoming court setting on the stage, and Mr. Millage, your own AD, ripped a big fart up on the stage during the homecoming assembly. And I'd also like to point out that I won King and beat him that year.
Hi, my name's Tracy Hall. I graduated from CHS in 1993. My last homecoming here was in the fall of 1992. And during that fall, I was crowned Homecoming King. And if you notice in the background, the trees in front of the high school were very small at that time. I think they were planted the year before. And if you look behind me today, those trees are fully grown. So that gives you an idea of just how old I am and how long it's been since I've been a student here at Sheridan High School. My favorite memory from that fall, or that homecoming, had to be beating Colfax Mingo in the football game that Friday night. We beat them 53-0. And during those days, back in those days, whenever you had a 50-point lead or more on a team, they ended the game. So we sent Colfax home early that night, and the game ended during the third quarter. So that was a fun, memorable experience.
So will football, a big money, big contact sport that counts on packed stadiums, find a way to play in the middle of a public health crisis?
There's no social distancing in football, but he's still hopeful the season will start on time. Medical experts question whether there should be a season at all.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. You shouldn't have any doubt in your mind about what you're supposed to do tonight and about how you're supposed to do it. This is your time. No, I don't want them to gain another yard. We gotta go out there and we gotta take it.
Take their game and shove it right back in their face.
That's how winning is done.
Team is something you belong to, something you feel, something you have to earn.
If we don't come together, it's over.
And I guarantee you, we will go by in your life. You won't regret walking out, letting them get the best of it.
I'll ask you one last time. To be the best that you can be. Play like champions. Win.
Of course, my favorite moment at CHS involves football also. Senior year, played at Pella. They were pretty highly ranked, and so when we beat them 12-9, and then we did Charger Jacks on their track in front of their stands, and then jumped on the bus and ran out of town.
Biggest homecoming memory would be 1992-93 school year, my junior year against Mr. Hall's senior year in Powder Puff. Of course, Mr. Hall thinks he's good, but that was the last time the juniors, my class, beat the seniors, with me coaching beating Mr. Hall.
Some of my favorite moments as it relates to being a student at CHS has to be some of the relationships that I made with my professors and also my teammates, and it just the community of Sheraton literally has been some of my favorite moments as it relates to being a student at CHS.
In high school, just is my high school experience. I've always said that if I could go back, I would be in high school all over again. I love high school, and it was the greatest time of my life, not because of specific classes or things like that, but just the memories of the relationships.
Gotta cherish those moments. Cherish those moments every single day that you do have as it relates to that, because those are some of the best memories as it relates to that I had as a senior. I know this year hasn't been probably what you guys have expected it to be, but you know what? You guys can still enjoy it as much as you can as it relates to that, and fight on CHS.
You make sure that in life you take the most of all your opportunities. no matter how big or small, just latch onto those opportunities and make the most of those. And for the class of 2021, even though this is a different type of year, I just wish the best for your class and your future.
If I can give one piece of advice to the students of CHS is just give 100% in everything you do, put forth effort, and never take anything for granted. Thank you, and go Chargers.
Find your passion, pursue it, become great at it, and let that lead you in your future directions.
Live in the moment. Your feet are here. There's a saying that says, be where your feet are planted. And right now your feet are planted at Sheraton High School. And I would just say, don't get ahead of where you want to be. Take a moment, pause, and just live in the moment. Experience high school as it's supposed to be experienced. I am now formally announcing that I will demand a recall count of the 1996 King voting. I believe that was a fixed election. Mr. Snook won that, and I am challenging that. So get the records out. Those ballots are somewhere, probably in the boiler room. Get them out. Let's recount them. I believe it was a fixed election. And I am now taking this moment to demand a recall count. I feel like I should have been the king in 1996.
As of 5 p.m. today, the unofficial certified results of the recount are as follows.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.